I have to ask you, obviously, about KSI leaving.
At one point, we said, if one of us leaves, does that end the Sidemen? How long until this bubble bursts?
Most YouTube groups that lose their biggest name quietly stop existing within a year. That's just the pattern. So when the UK's most successful one had its most famous member walk out after 13 years, the assumption across the internet was fairly universal. This is the beginning of the end. May 31st, 2025 is the date it happened. KSI uploaded a video announcing he was finished with the Sidemen, and half a lifetime of work ended in about 8 minutes of footage. Reaction was instant and enormous. What didn't arrive, though, was anything real from the 6 men who were actually affected by it. Every statement out of that camp was measured, polished, and told you nothing. Months later, one of them finally dropped the diplomacy.
But here's what I want to know. I would have, well, you have to tell me if operationally anything changes.
The 6 of us have said that we want to carry on making the content, and we have the same team that we've built to help us deliver the content. So we are continuing making content and having a great time as the 6 of us, which is amazing because we did always say at one point, we said, if one of us leaves, do then others leave, does that end the Sidemen? That was a complete unknown that arrived on our doorstep, and there is no roadmap. There is no off-ramp. We never built an off-ramp. There was no on-ramp to the Sidemen, so to speak. So yeah, fortunately, operationally, the Sidemen is much the same, which is what we wanted.
Of everyone who could have broken that silence, Vikram Barn was the least predictable choice. Vicstar has never been the member chasing engagement. No marathon streams arguing with chat, no deliberately provocative posting. He's the one who quietly reduced his YouTube commitments years back to focus on music, then returned when it suited him rather than when the algorithm demanded it, which is precisely why this particular interview carried weight. Sitting down with We Need to Talk, he wasn't performing a reaction or monetizing a moment. He described the group having discussed this exact scenario before, hypothetically, over the years. What happens if somebody walks? And admitted they'd never once built anything resembling a contingency around it. Nobody drafts an exit plan for something they assume will just continue indefinitely. None of the reaction makes sense, though, without going back to the reason KSI himself put on record.
I found it hard. I definitely found it hard to find time for my family. I found it hard to make time for the people I love. And I realized that something has to change. The Sidemen deserve someone who can give 100%. And right now I know I can't do that. It just wouldn't be fair on the boys.
Read plainly, that holds up. 13 years inside the group, a professional boxing career, a music catalogue, Prime, a portfolio of businesses, television commitments, touring schedules. There comes a point where the diary simply refuses to accommodate everything, and something gets removed. Operating at a scale most people will never experience doesn't exempt you from that. The complication arrived afterwards. Stepping back from the group hasn't meant stepping back generally, quite the opposite. He's stated openly, more than once, that the objective now is going toe-to-toe with MrBeast and iShowSpeed, expanding internationally and capturing the viewers who consume 30-second clips instead of hour-long Sunday uploads. Reduced workload and global expansion are two entirely separate ambitions.
This is honestly the hardest video I've ever had to make in my life. I've gone back and forth on this decision for a very long time. I've spent months trying to figure out what the right thing to do is.
Look at what people actually took issue with, and it wasn't the departure. It was the process. Not one member of that group received advance notice, no private heads up, no window to prepare. The 6 of them learned about it on exactly the same schedule as everyone scrolling their feed that morning.
Well, I didn't know the announcement video was gonna drop when it did. I was getting ready for a paddle match. Next thing I know, we're on BBC News, my head's gone, and I lost the paddle match. So I will get my revenge on you in this life or the next, you bastard. But yeah, also, I feel like everyone's like, oh, he's not like he's dead.
Consider what that means practically, guys. Over a decade of friendship, thousands of hours in the same rooms, growing up together, traveling together, building something that started with mucking about on GTA and turned into a cultural institution. And the conclusion of that arrived via notification. Somewhere there's a version of this where those conversations happen face to face first, individually, giving each of them space to react before the public gets involved. It didn't play out that way.
But I've been in the Sidemen for like 13, 14 years, which is like half my life. So it's a bit weird. It's kind of changed now. It's a bit mad. But as far as my thoughts on it, I don't think it's that big a deal. Not to make it sound like, oh, I don't care or you shouldn't care, but like, people want to do other stuff. I would never begrudge anyone for wanting to live their own life. I think, it is what it is. I don't want people to forget the 13 years previous of like all the amazing stuff and content we did, because I've got a lifetime of memories from the videos we did. So I'll be forever grateful. And however, it is not.
Vicstar's perspective lands harder than most because he's been on that side of the decision himself. He reduced his own involvement significantly years earlier, temporarily rather than permanently but seriously, to pursue music and separate projects before eventually returning. So his comments about what belonging to that group demands and what stepping away actually involves come from direct experience rather than speculation.
Ever. But you're too rich to not be able to do what you want. No, it's true. How can I have that much peas and I still feel like I'm bound, restricted, or shackled off? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No, it's true,
I
though.
have to do a video that I don't want to do. I have to be on a shoot for X amount of hours that I don't want to be at.
Yeah.
It's not the ego thing. I'm too rich for this.
Sometimes you got to know
Yeah.
when you got to stop doing certain things.
Yeah.
Like, I like Cocoa Pops, but I stopped eating that. I'm too old for that.
Literally just.
Why did you leave the Sidemen, bro? Why did you do it, bro?
Alright, you want to be honest?
Bro, can you be honest with the AC on? Bro, address it, knowledge.
Okay, I'll address it. I'll address it, man. You ready?
Bro, don't be doing this like.
No,
bro.
bro.
Address the elephant, bro.
No, bro. This is.
Bro, think about it. I'm dead. Listen, I'm like the KSI of core. So like.
Bro, shut up!
Listen, bro. If you want me.
No. Bro, this is serious.
I'll leave and I'll leave core and we can.
No, bro. This is serious.
Let me know. I don't give a fuck. I'll leave my day ones.
I left because I want to join Cole, bro.
Is this the try not to laugh now, bro? Bro, we don't want you, bro. Address the elephant.
What do you mean?
Give me, bro, come on, give me like.
Bro.
Just be like, I don't fuck with those guys. No,
What the
Trust me, just trust me.
No, but I love them.
No, just do it.
They're my boys.
Come on, you clips are boys. Come on.
No.
Notably, there's no resentment anywhere in what he said. That's the surprising element. Given the circumstances, you'd anticipate at least some sharpness underneath the diplomacy, and it never surfaces. He doesn't take shots at KSI. He doesn't claim the group improved without him. What comes across is somebody genuinely thinking through something that caught him off guard, unrehearsed and unfiltered.
Yeah, we respect his decision, and we're wishing him all the best, and we're ready to crack on with the rest of us and get things done. Now, I've seen a lot of like negativity towards JJ and members of his team, and first of all,
Then came the part of this saga that contradicted virtually every prediction made about it. Consensus said the Sidemen would absorb the damage, that a substantial slice of their audience showed up specifically for JJ and would relocate with him. Consensus also said his solo channel would accelerate because removing group obligations frees up bandwidth for more uploads, faster growth, and definitive proof about who'd been doing the heavy lifting.
KSI's left the Sidemen. No. Yeah, you know what? I'll try and be serious for a little bit. So, JJ's left. It's legit. I mean, you can probably tell by now it actually is legit. It's been a while now, but yeah, it's kind of mad. Like I've been doing Sidemen stuff, not to make it about me, but I've been in the Sidemen for like 13, 14 years, which is like half my life. So it's a bit weird. It's kind of changed now. It's a bit mad. But as far as my thoughts on it, I don't think it's that big a deal. Not to make it sound like, oh, I don't care or you shouldn't care, but like, people want to do other stuff. I would never begrudge anyone for wanting to live their own life. I think, it is what it is. I don't want people to forget the 13 years previous of like all the amazing stuff and content we did, because I've got a lifetime of memories from the videos we did. So I'll be forever grateful. And however, it is not all sunshine and roses. I have some serious beef with you, KSI.
Both forecasts collapsed. Sidemen uploads continued clearing millions of views. Sunday content maintained its rhythm without interruption. Meanwhile, KSI's long-form performance moved in the opposite direction, sliding rather than climbing. The impressive-looking totals coming from his side were being generated almost exclusively by short-form output, MrBeast-style clips capable of racking up hundreds of millions of views while building none of the audience attachment that made both him and the group successful originally.
And I'm so incredibly grateful to experience that journey alongside of them. The truth is, nothing bad has happened. This decision is completely my own. Over the last few years.
Scroll his comment sections and the explanation is right there. This wasn't hostility. Viewers drifted because what they'd actually been showing up for was the interplay. 7 specific personalities generating a particular kind of unpredictable mess that exists solely when they're together. That doesn't transfer to a solo format. Better cameras won't produce it, stronger thumbnails won't produce it, and no content strategy in existence manufactures chemistry that has to occur naturally.
For over 12, 13 years, for almost half my life, the Sidemen have been my second family. We've grown up together. We've traveled the world together. We built something that none of us ever thought was possible, especially back then when we were making random videos together and playing GTA.
Naming MrBeast and iShowSpeed as targets in multiple interviews took genuine confidence. MrBeast has spent more than a decade engineering a system nobody has successfully duplicated. Speed operates on raw unpredictability and international appeal that can't be reverse engineered on purpose. Neither is a competitor you simply select and then work out the method afterwards. What worries a lot of viewers, including people rooting for him, is that pursuing that audience requires abandoning the thing that distinguished him from everyone else. Before the Sidemen, there was no British equivalent to what they became, not merely a successful channel, but a shared reference point for an entire generation. Their charity match generates more genuine conversation and engagement than most professional fixtures. Sunday uploads still function as appointment television in an era where practically nothing does. KSI contributed substantially to constructing all of that. Obviously, not single-handedly, as recent numbers demonstrate, but meaningfully. Exchanging it for short form aimed at people already subscribed to Beast and Speed remains a decision plenty of viewers find difficult to rationalize.
Goes to show how powerful the group can be.
Legacy.
Ultimately,
This is honestly the hardest video I've ever had to make in my life.
So you were Vicstar.
1, 2, 3.
The observation from Vicstar that lingered longest had nothing to do with KSI personally. It concerned the structure itself. He characterized the situation landing on them as legitimately unsettling, not because the channel might die, but because 13 years of building had produced something entirely improvised. Nothing formalized, no entry procedure, no exit procedure, no documented plan for any of it. Discovering whether that improvised thing could survive losing a founding member with zero preparation is the genuinely difficult part. It turned out that it could, which is the detail that gets lost underneath all the noise, guys. The current Sidemen remain unmistakably the Sidemen. Same output, same audience, same numbers, same energy. Perhaps that's the most truthful conclusion available about what any individual contributes to something collective, and how thoroughly the collective can continue without them.
Now, if he wasn't like that, he wouldn't be the JJ that we all grew up to know and love. He wouldn't have done all these amazing things that we give him the plaudits for. Do you get me? So just hold that thought in one mind. Hold that thought in your mind there. Just put it to the side. Remember what I said. The next.
Ask where this ends, and the honest response is that it's genuinely open. KSI could absolutely succeed. Cracking short form, locating that international audience, silencing every doubter, none of that is beyond him. He's got the talent, the infrastructure, and reach that most creators would sacrifice enormously to obtain. Alternatively, the Sidemen could face their own version of this eventually, with another member reaching their limit, schedules becoming unworkable, and the group that absorbed this departure finally running out of road. Equally realistic. What that interview established clearly is that nobody within the group claims to know which way it goes. There's no documentation to consult, and never was any. Everything they built happened without it, and the next phase gets figured out identically, collectively, improvised, one decision at a time. Considering how far that approach has taken them already, it's it's difficult to argue with.
Yeah, operationally, the Sidemen is much the same, which is what we wanted.
13 years, 7 people, one of the most successful things British YouTube has produced, and it's now operating under completely different conditions than anyone planned for. Whether the split ultimately looks like a masterstroke or a mistake is something only the next couple of years will settle. If you got something out of this, drop a like. It helps this channel more than most people realize. And if you're new around here, this is Creator Pulse, so subscribe and let me know down in the comments. Does KSI prove everyone wrong, or did he walk away from the best thing he'll ever have? Catch you in the next one.